Hello, everyone, and welcome to Jeff and Jared Save the World. But this episode, I guess we're going to passionately name it Two Bears, One Twink. Because our good buddy Jeff had to take a personal break. I'm not going to get too much into that. But we have Jason filling in.
Hello again.
He was our last guest, so you're familiar with him. And our guest today is Billy.
He's the Twink.
He's the first talented person we've really had in this fucking podcast.
You're making me blush already. It hasn't even been a full minute yet. You gotta be able to butter me up slowly.
Is it because we called you a Twink?
Yes.
Was it the Twink or the fact that I said you were talented?
Man, I definitely think it was the Twink part, because I'd say it's probably the first time I've ever been called that. So
that's surprising. You need to get out more.
Go to a gay bar, too. You'll be called that.
I want to take you to the gay bar.
But yeah, so he plays guitar in the band Softspoken. Check out Sleight of Hand out right now. This episode's going to be coming out on the 12th. You guys going to have anything else like prepared or coming out soon?
This Friday on, the 16th?
Yeah.
We'll be releasing Sleight of Hand everywhere. So it'll be available on iTunes, Spotify, Amazon, whatever the hell that you want to hear it. Wherever the hell you want to hear it at, it will be available.
That's awesome.
Yeah. If you want to stick a speaker in your mom's mouth and have it fucking play through her ass, you can be able to hear it that way.
See, that's going to give it a nice, low, deep, rich sound. I mean, you just can't
He describes music
that.
like I describe beer.
Right. You're gonna accentuate the bass line. It's what they wanted you to do. Yeah, check out that shit. That'll be out for about a month after the episode comes out, because we're going to. Well, I guess I can get into this now. We're doing a format change. This is season 2 of Jeff and Jared Save the World.
Ooh, season premiere.
Season premiere. We're doing things differently. Episodes are coming out bi-weekly instead of weekly, because I got a big boy job and I'm not going to have time to fucking edit every week. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. We'll get more into that later.
Oh.
Another thing I want to get into before we get into it. You can catch me on the Two Stone Dudes podcast. They're based out of Phoenix. I'm doing a guest spot. Hopefully Jeff will join me, but who knows. I'm chatting with them on the 9th. They're really nice guys. I've talked to the guy, his name is Ryan Castle. He's interesting. He's a former pro wrestler. He's a Marine vet.
Wow.
So it's like part of their series that they're doing. They want to interview like average Joe podcast hosts instead of fucking like scientists and comedians and shit like that. So I guess we fit the bill. So he checked out a couple of our episodes. He was interested in talking to us. So catch me on that.
That's pretty cool.
All right. So without further ado, let's get right into the show.
Buster, I'm done. Did it again. Found me another grail. And this one talks. Check it out. One more for the folks in back. Oh, yeah, he's finna get funky, all right. This is the Mater Baiter, y'all. Very rare, very hard to find, especially in this condition. The treads are all there. You usually never see the treads. They're usually worn down. You can't even fit like a nickel head in there. The caps, freaking solid. I mean, every part of this is just as fresh as they come, folks. I mean, it's in immaculate condition, and you never see them like this. That's what's so wild about it. But, I mean, guys, I tell you this all the time. And you usually listen, but
that pisses me off how early the fucking
I want to know what he says.
I'm very curious. This guy just alerted me to the fact that there are secondhand pocket pussy collectors out there, and I'm kind of fucking terrified knowing that fact.
Oh my god.
I mean, he said it was rare. I wonder if you take that thing to like Pawn Stars.
Right. The best I can do is $10.
Right. But he really did talk about it like there's like a whole market for it. It's
right.
Like, oh, you guys know how, oh man, the Lightning McQueen butt plug kind of thing, like all the different sex toys that are after cartoon characters.
Right. Like, he's like, yeah, you never find one in this good a condition.
Right.
Like, what? There's a market out there for secondhand pocket pussy.
Yeah, I found 3 of the Mater Baiters, but none of them look this good.
Right. And honestly, like, which ones are actually in good condition? 'Cause you think about it, like, have they been sanitized? Like,
I was like, what is good condition for a fleshlight?
Do you have like
if it's used one time, you've already soiled it. So, like, I guess there's different like velocities of like soiling it, but
velocity.
I would say, is there like an extra pull? Like, does it add value if you like you can hear a kid crying whenever you open it up a little bit. But God, when I get old and senile, this is the type of shit I want to buy my grandkids.
Here you go, Billy. Well, not Billy. But,
No, I mean me.
I'm gonna send one to my friend Billy.
Fucking opens up the box under the Christmas tree, opens it up. Oh, you want to get funky? Yeah, it's gonna get funky.
Like a whole new definition of stocking stuffer.
I wonder what this really kind of gets me thinking because like what other Pixar movies do they make fucking sex toys out of? My bet is Finding Nemo.
Why?
Because the fish are shaped like pocket pussies.
Like in general?
I never thought about that. You just ruined the fuck out of my childhood.
Yeah, I'm saying someone's probably thrown fucking Merlin somewhere. Somewhere.
It's Marlin.
Marlin, sorry.
Merlin's a wizard.
You're right. Merlin's the clownfish, or Merlin's the wizard, Marlin's the clownfish. I'm so sorry. But like
uncultured swine.
Does anyone like who actually uses this could they claim they came down Larry the Cable Guy's throat? That's getting her done right there.
What I want to know, like how it said it talks, you really couldn't hear it in the clip, but like, is it actually a clip from like Larry the Cable Guy? Is it actually his voice? What if he got paid royalties for it? He gets paid every time someone buys a pocket pussy from Mater.
I mean, he'd be set right there. I mean, I hear there's a pretty big market for those. We just found that out. So.
Well, he already gets paid for the whole get her done thing. He gets paid like a quarter every time someone says it. But I mean, like, that's probably gone away a lot more. People don't really say it very often.
Yeah,
that was a lot more profitable in like 2008. 2020, you're gonna have to figure out something. Start an OnlyFans, Larry.
Larry.
Shit. Anyone got anything else for this fucking degenerate?
Mater.
Man, I don't know if a whole lot could top that. Well, actually, I did just see this really funny video. There was a guy who was trying to pose as the scientist because apparently there was some article that came out, and this is COVID related.
Yeah.
So some article came out that is it possible that your flatulence could cause coronavirus? Or if you could spread it through coronavirus. It's something really weird like that. So he went around and he did this whole thing where he had his own table, his own booth, and he was giving away like medical gear, whatever. They have this like special term. It's an acronym. I forget what it's called. But they were yes.
Okay.
So he had his own table and he had these butt plugs that he was giving out. But like the way that he like explained this whole thing. He was posing like he was a real scientist, and the way that he was wording everything, it was fucking great. It was hilarious. I'm sure you could probably find that somewhere.
I'm gonna have to look that up because that sounds perfect for this podcast. If it involves a sex crime, toys, anything.
Oh yeah, and dude, believe it or not, some people were buying it.
Butt plugs, COVID. I think that'll be good enough.
Right.
Who would have thought those two things would ever go together?
Sex and coronavirus?
Sex and coronavirus. Someone deflated that giant butt plug. What the fuck?
Butt plug's now mandatory in UK.
Wear a butt plug to fight COVID-19.
There it is.
For parody purposes and does not constitute medical advice. Under no circumstances should you attempt to stick a pine cone in.
What the
pine
fuck?
cone where?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to prep that for the next podcast. That's amazing.
Yeah, that was my most recent finding. What about you, Jason?
Did they ever figure it out?
I don't know. If it was like...
Because now I'm nervous.
Yeah, I
feel like the New York Times wrote that article. I'm not kidding. It might not have been them. It could have been somebody that was just as like reputable. Mm-hmm. But the fact that there was an actual article asking if the farts could actually cause coronavirus...
It really makes me really want to wear a mask, you know?
Right.
Like, oh, shit,
you got, dude, if you're eating salad, you gotta fucking wear a mask. They might fart in your face, and and all of a sudden, guess what? You got COVID. Hope you don't have asthma, bitch.
Soon they'll have like some kind of thing on your mask, like to close it open, like a zipper on your mask,
or like a little flap.
Yeah.
A flap for your tongue to go through so you can fucking lick booty hole.
I mean, 100% necessary because you have to be protected while you're eating your ass.
Right, you gotta eat ass safely. And then your partner needs to let you know, hey, I'm about to fart. And that's when you put the flap back
Communication
on.
is key.
Yes, communication and ass eating is key.
Safety first, then teamwork.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to our next segment. I want to talk a little bit about Billy over here. Like I said,
Softspoken.
He's the guitarist of Softspoken. They are the most popular Sleeping in Sirens cover band that I could think of. But if you listen to their most recent stuff, it sounds like they switched over to like they want to change styles. Now they're a Memphis Mayfire cover band.
Our balls dropped a little bit.
Yeah. So when do you start calling women sluts every concert, like Maddie Mullins? I'm just joking.
As soon as concerts are ready to be happening again,
actually gotta build up
we're
to
preparing our speech about how we're the voice of the generation.
Fuck yeah, dude.
For everybody.
Fuck yeah. And then you get underage women to show your boobs and shit. I'm just joking. Don't do that.
That just really disappointed me because I was like,
hooray!
Yeah. Hey, took the words right out of my mouth.
Isn't that basically what Warped Tour was for?
Oh my god,
sex crimes?
Yeah, and honestly, like, once you went to Warped Tour when you were over... Because I went when I was 16, 17, and then when I was 18.
Yeah.
And once you're over 18, you gotta wonder, like, okay, does that chick have a tattoo? Okay, then it's probably safe. Or is she holding a beer? Then okay, like, I hated that.
Right, I got my dick grabbed when I was 18. I was like, oh god, how old are you? You look 14! You look 14! The story so far is average age range of fans is like 16, man. I gotta check this shit.
Not including blood on the dance floor, that's like 12.
Oh my god.
Forget it if it's like all-time low or something, you know? I mean, there's
I actually stumbled upon a Blood on the Dance Floor set, and I swear to God, I looked at it, I was like, oh, look, they have drag shows here.
It's literally all vocals.
Yeah, I respect Black Veil Brides.
Oof.
Blood on the Dance Floor, not much. Not so much.
Yeah, like, at least with Black Veil Brides, their musicians are halfway decent.
Right.
Like, I mean...
The lead singer went to my high school.
Oh, yeah, that's true. He didn't... Wait, Oak Hills?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like 2 years ahead of me.
Huh. Interesting. I heard he was a dick.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I've heard from... Well, there's been a few occasions where I've known people that have met him that have said the opposite.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if it's just like he comes off a certain way that some people can't interpret all the time.
Oh, sure.
Because like that happens.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
you know the whole saying goes, never meet your heroes.
Right. You can
But
catch
if your hero is the lead singer from Black Veil Brides, you got bigger problems.
But, like, do you guys have any, like, with COVID, do you have any, like, tours or, like, maybe, like, a live show, like, live stream or anything planned or anything like that?
Yeah, so we are planning to do a couple of live streams. I know if you sign up for the Patreon account that we have...
I was your second patron.
It's patreon.com/softspokenmusic.
Yeah, the link will be in the description.
That makes so much more sense.
Yeah, it's not...
You typed in stroking. Okay, see, that's only for our Instagram handle.
See, I was like, they're singing about, like, fucking mental health issues and, like, all this other stuff, and I'm like, where's the masturbation references?
Right, you got your dick out and everything, and you're all ready.
References.
The Mater Bader.
I was saying, your latest song is called Sleight of Hand, so, I mean...
Yes, the next one after that is going to be called Mater Bader.
Yeah, that's going to be part 2. It really does continue off in that whole hand story.
Sleight of hand.
It gets a little handsy. But yeah, anyway, so we do have some live stream stuff coming up. We're planning to do a set, I think, here in a few weeks.
Okay.
I don't have an exact date yet for that. But
Are you guys still doing, like, regular practice and all that? Or, I mean, is it kind of weird still?
Not near as much. I mean, not for any particular reason because of COVID why we haven't been practicing. It's just because we're not playing as many shows. We're not,
there's
worried
no
about
need to.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. So our main focus has been writing and recording covers.
Right.
That's cool, though.
Of songs, so we can upload those to Patreon and have some extra content that's not available anywhere else to have up there. I think it's like... The first tier starts at $5 a month, and you get access to like the whole back catalog and certain things early. I forget. I think the like $10 one is like merch discounts no matter what. So like anytime you buy something, if you're a fan, I think you have to put in some kind of a code, and then you get like 25% off of. That might not be the exact number. I should know this, but I'm really bad at the numbers game.
You're fine.
But yeah, so I mean, it's a cool way to be able to stay busy. Also, since we're not making any money on tour,
right?
It's a way for us to be able to kind of recoup the income that we would make any other year doing that.
Yeah.
So I think we'll make a whole like live stream, like VIP thing for that. Maybe something separate like for Facebook. But apparently they're trying to do all these weird regulations on Facebook with live streams now. Like they don't want bands to do the whole performance thing. I don't know if it's just like they don't want the bands to charge through their company, or like if you do it for free and don't charge. Because I know the band Under Oath, they did this. It was called the Under Oath Observatory.
I watched
that. And it was like
yeah.
buying a ticket. It was like $10, and you got to actually see their like live stream set.
Yeah, they've been doing that with like concerts, like festivals.
Yeah,
they've been doing that with a few of those too. Where like instead of actually going to the festival, you pay like half the price that you would. And
they did that for Knotfest.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to think of.
Yeah.
Did that already happen?
Yeah, I mean, but if they're restricting it, if they're restricting it, I mean, wouldn't surprise me, but still.
Yeah, I know that because Under Oath, that's where I watched Under Oath. That was the Observatory. No, it's not Fest.
Man.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still cool to be able to have an opportunity to reach out to fans in other ways, even besides doing the live stream. And, I think a lot of bands got discouraged about the whole not being able to play shows, so they got so discouraged they didn't really continue to get busy. I feel like we got way busier as a band.
Right.
I mean, we just went back to the studio and we recorded 5 songs. We really honed in on these ones, and there wasn't this amount of pressure to get these songs out in line for like a next tour or anything.
Right.
So it was nice to be able to just like re-put the focus on that. And then me individually, I've been really honing in on audio engineering and producing. Mm-hmm. I've been working really tirelessly.
Right.
I am really bad at talking sometimes.
No, you're good. He's soft-spoken.
Yeah, that's why we're making him shout, because he's very soft-spoken.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear.
Good. But yeah, I've been spending my little amount of time being off from my day job doing the whole audio engineering thing because I want to be able to eventually get out of said job and make a living doing that. It's something that I've always wanted to do for the past 10 years, but I finally just really started doing it about 5 months ago. Mm-hmm. And I think I can do it. I definitely have the passion for it, and it's just been exhausting because only that, like I said, the little amount of time that I have to be able to do this is just spent on my off time, and my job's very taxing. So you gotta wake up, do it for like 5 to 6 hours, and go to work, then come home and do it, and that's just everything. That's all I've been doing.
Yeah.
It's been insane.
He's one busy motherfucker, so thank you for taking time out and being on the show.
Yeah, of course. Thank you.
If you're listening, and Billy, once we change our theme song, that will be a production done by Billy. So you'll get to see his work firsthand.
It's a Zimpelman original.
Yeah, you need it when you like produce songs, even if it's for rock shit. You need to like make like the rap like intro, like that Metro Boomin on the beat. You need to have like Wild Bill in the house.
Like have like a little like watermark or trademark, Trey Beats.
Yes, exactly.
That would be yours too.
It's good to see.
I play the shit out of that air horn.
It's good to see you guys are adapting. I can't wait for shows to come back because the last Softspoken show was so much fucking fun. But like, I started a mosh pit by myself.
Really?
Was that at Riverfront?
Yes, there was.
You were the only one?
Yeah, I mean, they play more post-hardcore, so it's like not really like mosh-worthy stuff. But like, I forget what song you guys were playing, but like it was the last one. So I just started fucking like spin kicking and shit.
How We Rise, I think, is the one that we played. How We Rise.
Yes, that's what it was. It like got to the end part, and I started fucking spin kicking and shit.
I didn't get to see that either.
I know, you're too busy fucking giving yourself a concussion, so you're not really paying attention to what's happening out in the crowd.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to get neck surgery very soon.
As much as I give a shit about being a Sleeping with Sirens cover band, but I mean, I'm being a hypocrite because basically this show's just one unfunny Tosh.0 that's longer. So, speaking of that, let's get into our next clip here.
This is the last poster I ordered. Another Bayonetta poster. What's good about this Bayonetta poster? Oh my fucking god, yo, yeah!
Jesus Christ.
You can see Bayonetta's tits. And you can see Bayonetta's wet panties. Bayonetta makes me so fucking horny for her. I am a fucking jewel. My cum is 100% kosher. I'm sure Bayonetta would love to have my fucking Jewish kosher dick in her mouth.
Why the fuck is he talking like that?
Because he's a fucking Jew. So I've actually watched.
That was a little bit anti-Semitic.
No, it's not, because like I've actually watched a couple more clips, and he's like responding to comments, and one of those, why do you talk like that? He's like, this is how my people talk.
Wow.
Wow.
But I'm calling bullshit on his dick being kosher. I don't know much about like Hebrew laws on like what is kosher, what's not, but I know rule numero fucking uno is you can't mix meat with cheese. And if you're telling me that motherfucker doesn't have schmegma, you're fucking crazy.
Jesus Christ, Jared.
I mean, I think that's maybe why he talks a little bit funny, because he's just uncomfortable because he's got the schmegs.
I want to see this dude in fucking Super Smash Bros. Now. Like, every time Bayonetta pops up on the screen, he's like, oh my god, her tits!
You know, it makes me wonder, like, that's a brand new poster that he talked about, like, you know, right out of the tube kind of thing. But I mean, like, does he have other posters? And also,
yes.
I want to see the quality of those posters, but I also don't want to see the quality of those posters.
Oh, there's a ton.
There's one where it's like, oh yeah, this used to be Princess Peach, but now it's kind of just a white painting.
No, there's one, he buys a different Bayonetta poster, and it's like, oh, her yummy ass is in my face. And then there's one he buys, I don't know if I know this porn star because I'm a degenerate, but Delta White, he buys a mouse pad with her on it.
Jesus.
He's like, this is my favorite mouse pad ever. I can masturbate without even going on the internet.
That's absolutely ridiculous.
I fucking love this guy. And so, if you want to go down that rabbit hole, just search Bayonetta poster. He'll probably be the first result.
I mean, it'd be weird if he wasn't.
And then you could fucking hop around all the other videos. He also makes a lot of videos on Christianity for some reason, where he dresses up as a priest. Doesn't make any fucking sense.
He's Jewish.
I know.
I guess that's kosher.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like a social commentary kind of thing.
Yeah, I don't know. But that accent's real. That's the scary thing.
Well, it's not even just the accent. It's
Right.
it's
his
pause
cadence.
and measure
Right.
cadence sort of thing. Where
Right.
he says things slightly enunciated.
Right.
Every few words. He sounds like Jerry Seinfeld if you slowed it down like twice.
Or like a Jewish William Shatner.
It's like,
You're right.
I like what you say. It's like the Jerry Seinfeld, but after he got like a head trauma incident.
Or probably, honestly, and not to be like too mean, but like a stroke victim.
Yeah, exactly.
He had a stroke.
What is the deal with airline food?
Jerry Seinfeld in like 15 years.
I am a rocket man. That's William Shatner for you right there, folks. It's hot as fuck in here. Let's take a quick break. All right, let's get back into this. Obviously, we changed out the format, but we're still going to talk about the petty shit that chaps our ass.
Asses.
What?
Collective asses.
Collective asses.
Sorry, I'm kind
This is what really chaps my ass.
This is what chaps my ass. Do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
You can go first.
Okay.
Mine, I've gotta contemplate how to say it.
Fair enough. Mine is public restrooms.
Okay.
And I can probably point out at least 10 different instances that I've gone into a public restroom to urinate or take a shit, and it has caused my quality of life to severely go down after that moment.
You know, honestly, I've always wondered that, because there are times where I see you and I'm like, man, he looks a little worse for wear. He just came from a public bathroom.
Well, it all started when I was young. I shit my pants in my elementary school public bathroom.
I can see that for him, can't you?
Humble beginnings.
Yeah, well, I went to Catholic school, and they were fucking dickheads about bathroom breaks, and I really had to take a shit. I had Frosted Flakes which when I was a kid, that gave me fucking diarrhea. So fuck you, Tony the Tiger.
Yeah, and they're really sharp too.
This goes all the way back to last week with beating up Tony the Tiger.
This goes back to when you were on where we talked about kicking his ass.
Last week, 2 weeks ago, whichever.
I heard that when Nick came up to the brewery, he was like screaming.
Yeah, man, he's literally shouting at the top of his lungs about how Tony the Tiger would kick our asses. And I'm just like, listen, there are 3 of us and we've got a plan. Like,
that is so fucking funny though. Yeah. I just imagine like all the other people like.
Well, and then honestly, so it was funny because the brewery wasn't that busy, but Nick was up there screaming about it. And because he was screaming about it, people were joining into the conversation. Just random people that were coming up to get a beer, and we're kind of just like. Instead of thinking like, oh man, why's that guy shouting about Tony the Tiger? They were kind of like, wait, what's going on? Oh no, or yeah, you guys could totally take it.
So we did a segment where we talked about various breakfast cereal mascots and whether or not me, Jason, and Jeff could fight like a 3-on-1 fight. Who would win?
I heard about this.
Yes.
Actually, speaking of Nick, he was just telling me about this today.
Yeah, Nick took very...
Apparently, us beating Who the Tiger is what chaps Nick's ass.
But yeah.
So he did kind of express that.
So, like, getting back to public restrooms. Fuck public restrooms.
And Tony the Tiger.
Yeah, and Tony the Tiger. So yeah, I had diarrhea, and like, it was right before this fucking school prayer where they go over the fucking intercom and we all pray together. And so my teacher's like, can you not hold it? I was like, no, I cannot hold it. She's like, you can hold it through prayer. Jesus comes first. I was like, okay, all right. Well, guess what? I paid her back because her entire classroom smelled like shit for the rest of the day.
Jared's shit came first that day.
Well, I beat your God.
Nothing beats that.
So yeah, so I've had a hate relationship my entire life with public restrooms. Next up is the time where I started my first big boy job. I think I've talked about this on the podcast before. But I went to go take a dump. And everything was going fine. Until I start hearing... And I look on the ground next to me, and it's reflective tile. This man's going to town on his fucking meat next to me in the stall.
Damn.
Bold.
Yes.
Honestly, public masturbation, even if it's in like a private stall, is pretty bold.
I know. Especially when you're in an office setting. Like, come on, dude. At least go to the break room. Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Come on, dude. Come on. Just come.
I mean, he must be working a lot of hours and being really stressed.
Yeah.
It's like his therapist said, like, hey, have you thought about maybe, just a little bit of masturbation to, maybe get a maturbator?
Yeah, I got a complaint.
I heard those are really expensive, though. I don't think this job pays well enough for that.
They're hard to find in good condition. if you're not a stickler about the condition, they're out there.
One of them has like a slack jaw.
Like his jaw's just broken. The other one, his fucking tire fell off.
I do love that he talked about the tire. I forgot to bring that up when we were talking about it. But like, he's just like, oh, look at this tire. Look at the threads. It's like, how would the threads get worn when you're using it to jerk off your dick?
Well, if he's holding it by the threads.
Why would you hold it by the tire? That's all the way at the end.
Yeah, that's what,
I don't know. Everybody's got their own way of doing shit. You just almost can't judge.
Different strokes for different folks.
Shut the fuck up.
But yeah, so that happened. Recently, I got vomited on at Hofbräu House. I've talked about that on here.
Yeah, I was gonna say that story.
When did this happen?
Like 2 or 3 weeks ago. So
was it your fiance's birthday?
Yeah, it was for a birthday celebration, and like it's our favorite place to eat. I love German food. I mean, I love German everything. I love Jägermeister. I love Schwarzbier. I love it all. But so I went to go take a dump. Maybe I should quit pooping. Yeah. I feel like that's the common thread in all these things, is me having to take a shit.
You should just remove your sphincter and intestines.
Yeah,
I mean, maybe that's what really chaps your ass altogether.
Yeah,
have you ever thought about that? Like, just going back to the basics. Like, you know what? Maybe just taking a big shit every 2 hours
maybe
chaps
it's
my
your
ass.
fault.
Right, I was gonna say, maybe what chaps my ass, I'm going after the symptom, not the root cause here. If you get into a deep analysis. But, like... Honestly, maybe I should go see if they have voluntary colostomy bags. I've had so many issues with public restrooms. Just get it out. I put it all in a bag, and I'll clean it out at the end of the night.
Well, I must say, there's no deep analysis without anal.
Deep anal hurt.
The funny came after
Lisa.
First it was like, oh, good one. And then it was, ha ha
ha. Yeah, and then, so, okay, going back. So I'm in the stall taking a shit, and this guy, he just bangs the door open. And I'm like, oh god, there's trouble coming.
The door opened to your stall, or
no, just the general bathroom.
Yeah. Okay.
So the guy rushes into the bathroom or the stall next to me, and he just fucking projectile vomits so violently it splashes all over my pants and shoes and my leg. So I had to play cleanup with the fucking 1-ply toilet paper, which doesn't work.
No, not at all. It barely even wipes your ass, let alone fucking a pile of vomit.
Yeah, that's that also chaps your ass. 1-ply toilet paper.
Honestly, someone could steal that one. Like, what chaps your ass? 1-ply toilet paper.
I'm really surprised.
You don't want to go in anymore? Nope.
When we had Steven on, I'm really surprised that wasn't what chaps his ass, because like he complains about that shit so much. I played a prank on him when we went camping, and I took all the good toilet paper and I put a roll of 1-ply, and that's all he had in there, and he flipped the fuck out.
I'll remember that when I'm asking for a roll of 1-ply paper for the printer on the kitchen line.
Roll of 1-ply.
I'm gonna ask Steven for that next time that we work together and see if he
make eye contact and be like, raise your eyebrows at him.
Remember?
Hey, can I get the 1-ply?
You just see him make like a flashback, like he's Vietnam flashback, like.
He just stands still for like 3 minutes, like, bro, like I'm out of paper now. What the fuck's going on here?
And then it goes all to today. And today I went to Kroger to pick up some lunch because I didn't have anything really to make here, and I had to go to the bathroom again. This time I was just peeing, but then this guy is in the stall. He goes to pee in the stall because there's only one urinal. And I don't know if he has herpes or like any type of STD, syphilis, gonorrhea to where it burns when he pees. But he whipped it out, peed, and started going, ah, ah, ah. And like just making all that noise, and I was terrified.
Maybe he was doing it to freak you out. So one of my sergeants when I was in the Army would always talk about how like weird stuff that he would do. One of it was like whenever like if he was having like a one-night stand with a girl, he would always like when he came he would go and then he would like kick her out, and like so that was one of them. But the other thing is that he would just like whisper about how it fucking burns when he was peeing. So maybe he was doing it to fuck with you. Just like Sergeant Taylor.
It could be.
It could have been Sergeant Taylor.
But he was like 65, so I don't know.
That would be even funnier. And he's like, I'm going to show this old whippersnapper, I'm going to fuck with him.
Yeah, but this bastard had the audacity to do that, not wash his hands, and then get on his freaking mobility scooter out around Kroger. So I don't...
That is how you spread germs.
Yes. I'm not worried about COVID at that point.
That's definitely something else.
Yeah. No. Good God.
Yeah, but like, I just think about like back on my life. I can't think of one positive experience in a public restroom.
I was about to say that.
And so, like, I'm no conspiracy theorist, but are we sure that public restrooms aren't just like a portal from our world to fucking Satan?
Satan's not a place; he's a person.
Well, it connects.
Well, maybe like directly to him.
Yes,
like,
directly to wherever he is at
like
that
his
moment.
Throne.
Yes.
Or like if he's taking a shit, like
yeah, it's just wherever he goes. If he's like, he's like, I want to go take my dog to the park today, because I imagine he's a normal person. People just give him a bad rap. Mm-hmm. This turned into a Satanist podcast.
Although he probably doesn't have a dog. It's probably more like, I don't know, Cerberus, I guess 3-headed dog kind of thing.
Yeah, or Hitler. He could take Hitler to the park.
Yeah, I could see Hitler on a leash sort of thing, and like that's his pet.
Yeah.
My theory is that the bathrooms are probably owned by Bill Gates.
I see.
No, it's George Soros.
Oh, even worse.
And then honestly, so my brother and my wife actually make fun of me for this thing that I do sometimes, where like we'll go to a restaurant somewhere, and like I started doing it like as a joke with like raiding the bathrooms, and now they just turned it into a whole fucking thing. Like I'll go pee because I kind of have to pee everywhere, wherever we go somewhere, and they'll just be like, "So, what do you rate it?" And so like honestly, I haven't had too many. I've had like obviously everyone's had negative experiences with public restrooms, but I feel like I've had some positive ones. If that gives you any hope at all,
I guess
like if you ever go into have you been to Hangover Easy?
No.
So Hangover Easy in Clifton. Mm-hmm. Pretty awesome little spot, right? You can get some brunch and everything, and the whole concept is, hey, I drank too much last night, and I'm going to eat this really greasy, fatty food. Their bathroom is like
that's America
an
right
8
there.
out of 10. You know, so it's a 10 scale. But you know, I can't remember the last 10 out of 10 bathroom I went to. I will say that.
I will say, I guess now I think about it more, I have been to a 10 out of 10 bathroom, and that's Manor House in Mason. It's like a wedding venue, but it was used for my old company's Christmas parties. Mm-hmm. Gold-plated urinals.
Jesus Christ.
Gold-plated urinals.
You walk in and you're just like, damn, I'm not worthy.
Yeah, I know.
Like, is that even more comfortable? Like
that is a portal to God.
They have a bathroom attendant. He's like, towels.
Did you take them?
No, I didn't have cash on me. I didn't know there was going to be a bathroom attendant.
It's got to be the worst part. Honestly, if I was a bathroom attendant, though, I would sit there with like one of those square things. Be like, listen, dude, just like a buck or two. I don't really care. Like, you know, like, just, you know, tap with the Apple Pay on your phone or something. Like,
right. Here's a tip for you watching me fucking whip out my tip.
Right.
I say my personal experiences. We could wrap this up after this, but I'll go ahead and let you in on when you're on tour with a band. Oof. You witness the worst fucking bathrooms humanly known to man. I mean,
like
those
some
are
sort
definitely
of Shell station on the
those
side
are definitely
of the road.
owned by George Soros. And I mean, just fucking the worst. I mean, we're talking like roaches, flies, spiders.
Probably even the venues.
Stalls with no doors, you know, like, or like a curtain. At least they tried, you know, like,
but no, a piece of cardboard.
I'm trying to think if I have not seen that before. But I wouldn't be surprised. There's a venue out there that has
it's on the road or is it the venues themselves?
The venues themselves.
Because I felt that way about Bogarts a couple times when I've been there, where I'm like, dude, they need to do something with these fucking bathrooms.
Yeah.
Bogarts, if you go to a concert there, 9 times out of 10, there's going to be vomit in that bathroom.
Oh, yeah.
or
a
lot of weed
stuff
roaches.
that smells like
right.
it. Yeah. But so a lot of times it's the venue itself.
Yeah, I would say venue bathrooms are always pretty poor. The only good experience I've ever had, and this isn't related to venues though, one bathroom I was very blown away with was at Jungle Gyms.
Yes.
That place
won an award.
Dude,
if your bathroom wins an award, dude, you're doing something right.
Absolutely.
That whole
you look
place...
on the outside of it, and it looks like you're about to walk into a fucking porta potty, and you're like, no way, this is like #1 rated bathroom in the country, or you know whatever they claim it is. I'm pretty sure it's #1. You walk in there, it's vintage as shit, and it's way bigger than it looks like on the outside.
It smells like cinnamon, and not like cinnamon with shit. It smells like, you know, they somehow overpowered the shit smell. Like, it's just cinnamon.
Isn't the outside like a porta potty or something?
Yeah.
It literally looks
sorry, I was
like
focusing.
it's not going to go any more deep than the look of a regular sized porta potty. So you're thinking, oh, this shit's going to be real small. But you look in there, it is a big ass bathroom.
Honestly.
I mean, there's a hallway like before you get to it. And I'm like, how did they even, like, how did they do this?
One of the first times I ever went to Jungle Gyms, I think I was a teenager, but I saw like 4 people go into that door at once, and that's when I went to the bathroom because I was like, wait a minute, what the fuck? You know, like, wait, is this just one person? I didn't see it say occupied, and I thought maybe like these 4 people are going in there all at once. Like, what's going on? And then you walk in, and you're kind of blown away.
Sex is going on.
You're just like, holy shit! Like, it's really spacious. It's kind of like a ballroom. Ballroom.
It is a ballroom. But yeah, I can totally see what you're saying about being on the road. I imagine you'd stop at like a 7-Eleven in like Tucson, Arizona, and there's just a dead body chilling in the stall #1.
Yeah, and you let someone
a good amount of heroin needles too. Yeah.
Right. It's covered in heroin, like just track marks all up and down both arms with needles still sticking out of the arms. You try to let the attendant know, and they're kind of just like, I'll get to it.
Looking like
just every day.
Looking like a real life operation game.
or the attendant's just like, not again.
This is the 5th time today.
I'm done with this job. It's not worth it.
Not even this week today.
It's the $9 an hour that covers my drug money isn't worth it.
All right, Johnny Craig.
Jesus Christ. Subtle reference.
I see he's actually still putting out music.
He is, believe it or not.
Yeah, he did like a cover of that Louis Capaldi song or whatever that dude's name is. Someone You Love. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I saw
Me and my buddy Keith are actually doing a cover of that song. So,
Aww.
Well, not anymore.
It's probably better than Johnny Craig's.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
It'd be ironic if he records it on a MacBook.
Oh, yeah. Actually, I bought one from him. It was the only one that he ever sent out.
The rest were just bullshit.
Yep.
It was literally a book that said Mac on it.
Exactly.
All right, Jason.
I mean, I don't even think he got that far with it.
Right. He didn't get that creative.
Yeah, you gotta Western Union that money.
Nothing ever good.
2 months later.
Nothing good ever comes out of a Western Union transaction.
Oh my god, yeah. Grace was talking about it earlier tonight. That's kind of funny.
All right, Jason, what chaps your ass?
Honestly, you gotta bear with me for a minute while I explain.
Yeah.
But, what chaps my ass is, fake feminists.
Okay.
I would say, just the best way to describe what I'm talking about is someone who, says like, oh, you gotta build each other up, and, they talk about, it's usually women, like this is what I'm thinking of, that, hell yeah, like you can't like knock other women down, or, yes, queen, and all this stuff, and they're, trying to preach, that they believe that, obviously men and women should be equal sort of thing, but also, like, that women shouldn't be catty and fight each other. But then behind the scenes, when you actually talk to this person, they're just like, oh wow, I'm so jealous of this person for being prettier than me, or whatever else, and blah, 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 blah. Obviously, I have some personal experience here, and I'm talking about something specific, but I don't want to go into details.
Right.
But what really bugs me is just, I guess, hypocrisy in general when it comes to your beliefs, especially when it's something that is basically your whole personality.
Right.
So
it's like projecting a fake persona on social media, but then acting a certain way in public.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then honestly, like, it's one of the things where you spend 5 minutes with that person, you're just like, wait, does someone else run your social media account for you? Like, do you have a PR person? Like,
she just keeps a fucking little person up her skirt that fucking has a cell phone and logged into our social media accounts.
I think Ellen DeGeneres actually does that.
Yeah,
probably.
Yeah. Honestly, especially when you look at those kinds of, like, it's like, oh, hey, look at this tweet, and it was so cool, and blah, blah, blah. Then, like, the people who actually talk about the whole Ellen DeGeneres thing, it's like, oh,
yeah, she's like, oh, don't even look at me. Don't look at me in the eyes.
We've talked about her on the
for
podcast.
you.
She's a cunt.
and then, so it's kind of like a practice what you preach kind of thing, but that's what really chaps my ass, because it's like, honestly, if you're going to go out there, and I absolutely support the whole idea of, what, just support people. It's basically just like, it's not even do unto others. It's just be fucking nice. Don't be a cunt. Don't be a dick.
Right.
But if you're going to sit there and preach that, you can't go around and talk shit about people and act like, there's a reason for it or it's justified. So that's what really chaps my ass. I really don't have too much to go into besides that. But
I totally get that. And you're fired up, and so is this guy. Hey guys, Future Jared here. I just want to explain for our audio listeners, we are watching a clip of a man. He is dyeing his hair with spray paint, and he's trying to light a cigarette, and he catches his hair on fire. So, sorry for the confusion, and back to the show. There's no sound. There's no sound. It's a GIF. Well, it's video without sound.
Man.
Flame on!
I don't know why, but I wasn't expecting that.
That just reminds me of somebody that used to work at Outback. His name was Trevor.
Yeah. I totally get. Yeah, I get that.
He dyes his hair like 80 times a week.
But look.
Cool
So
dude,
watch the end of the clip though. He kind of like turns like, oh shit, like he's not even really bothered by it. He's kind of just like, ah, damn, not again. Like,
He's like, let me
put his lighter down.
Very casually, like, oh shit, my hair's on fire. Like,
yep, not like a freak out trying to like pat his hair right away. He's totally just like, yep, this has happened before. Honestly, I kind of get off.
Like he's already got a bucket of water down there. He's like, oh, let me just go.
Let me grab
this.
See, that's probably how he gets that like ember red tone to his hair.
He has to catch it on fire every time.
That's the only way.
How'd you get that color in your hair, bro?
Do you want to see it?
Yeah, it's funny. It's ironic that he's spending all this time to dye his hair because he's probably not going to have any afterwards.
Honestly, though, I feel like red must be his favorite color because that's like bright red shirt. And is she wearing red? Yeah, she's wearing red earrings.
He's bright red. All I got to say about this is Nick Cage did it better. This man is going as Ghost Rider, apparently. But this is also how you develop you change your skin tone and you develop an affinity for children. Just like Michael Jackson. He caught fire once and that's what happened afterwards.
Jesus Christ. That was a low-hanging fruit.
It really was. It really was. Man, now
also, he's been dead for 10 years.
I know. No. Yeah, spoiler alert if you didn't know he was dead.
In case you've been living under a fucking rock all these years.
So I was listening to a different podcast, Roach Motel with Josh Potter. So fucking funny it just started. He was telling a story about how Michael Jackson's aunt was selling on eBay the IV drip that administered the drugs that killed him for like $2,000. Yeah.
Dude, that's kind of the most morbid, fucking hilarious thing I've ever heard.
I know, right? Like she apparently she visited the house and it was like right there, and she looked at it and was like, "This might be worth some money that day." Waited 10 years and now it's on eBay.
Man, what an expensive drug deal.
Right.
Jesus.
This video though, it's what I imagine how it feels to chew 5 gum.
Dude, I totally forgot about those fucking commercials. What's it feel like to chew 5 gum?
This makes me want to go to a Hothead Burrito and listen to "I Caught Fire" by The Used.
Stay with me.
With me now.
You know, you could have gone either way. You know, I didn't know if you were going to go like Adele or The Used, or, you know, like there are plenty of things you could do. "We Didn't Start the Fire" by Billy Joel.
Oh, he definitely started the fire. All right, enough about you guys. Got anything for Ghost Rider here?
I mean, honestly, I think he speaks for himself, and I would really have liked to have seen the outcome afterwards. Like, how chill for how long?
Right, how long was he that chill?
Yes, exactly. Because he looked like he held his composure.
Does anything chop Billy's ass? Did we go over that?
Oh no, I don't know. Did you prepare anything or?
Yeah, let me think about this for a minute, because I know that there's a couple of things, but I want to be able to not rehash anything that's already been said. I really did like what you said, Jason, and it's kind of that like whole thing is actions speak louder than words.
For sure.
100%. Like,
and that's it's
if
that
you
completely.
feel like you have to really, really preach something to somebody, then you're probably just trying to make a point that's not 100% valid. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's just do what you do. Don't expect as much out of it all the time. Like, you're gonna always do something or things for other people, and it may not get this this huge amount of praise that you might expect, but like, things
that's
come around full circle.
Too. And honestly, I think you're right. I think, and especially with social media, as far as my wife was watching Schitt's Creek the other day, and there was something where someone it was talking about social media being a cauldron of self-absorption, and I was like, man, that's kind of how I've been feeling recently. But you're right. A lot of times people post things on social media to be like, oh, hey, look at me and these things that I believe and all of this. And it's like, if you don't, it's like walking the walk, talking the talk kind of thing. Like, if you don't actually do that, then people are going to look at you and be like, well, damn, she's nothing like that in real life.
Exactly. Just like the whole Ellen DeGeneres thing. Like, don't get me wrong, like, it's okay.
You love you some Finding Dory, but
yes.
Oh God,
it's okay to talk about what you stand for and believe in. There's a way to do it with balance and composure, which is no pun intended towards the band. Great band, by the way. But yeah, there's definitely a way to come at it and not have to feel like you need to do that to prove the point.
Yeah, and at least fucking back it up, even a little bit. I mean, and what really chaps my ass about the whole thing is the people that are just. You look at them and it's kind of like, man, that is the opposite. You're almost the polar opposite of your social media persona. Like,
yep, exactly.
Right.
You gotta back that chapped ass up.
Yeah.
Speaking of Ellen DeGeneres, there's some solace to be had that she's a total cunt. That there's probably a pocket pussy out there made of the shape of Dory that's getting fucked right now.
Going right back to Finding Nemo pocket pussies.
Right. It's just like fucking you press a button and it says, just keep swimming, just keep swimming.
Whoa. And then I wonder if that's their connection, because that they call sperm like little swimmers.
Yeah. So there's some solid that she's getting throat fucked right now. At least something with her voice.
Good God, Jared.
I know. Welcome
to
Two Bears and a Twink. So we can
one little quick thing to wrap this up that would really chap my ass, though, and it's work related. I'm sure you guys could probably relate or have had this happen before.
Oh, sure.
But this is just something not as serious but quick, though. So when you order a fucking hamburger from a certain restaurant that certain people work at, you don't order every ingredient on the side just to put it on the fucking burger. I never understood that. Like, here, when you've got 25 plus checks that come in at the same time, and they want no this, no that, but put all this crap on the side, put every single condiment that you have in a container on the side, and then they still bitch about it later and try to get that shit for free, and it's like, well, wait, if you wanted everything on the side, why didn't you just order a fucking salad?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, what is happening?
Or why don't you just say, like, dude, I just want the burger with nothing else, and I'm going to take it the fuck home and build my own burger. That's all you're doing. You're just sitting at the table building your own fucking thing.
Right.
I think it is an entitlement. It's some kind of entitlement control deal.
Oh, dude.
You know, they like to feel like they're so special and they're in control one way or the other. So like,
I always think of that chick from Waiting, the one who, like where they end up boom, they fuck with their food. Yeah, I always think of her where she's like, "How hard is it to take a food order?" Like, that's what I always think about when it comes to
it's like a little bit of
like
pixie dust.
A little bit of alfalfa sprouts.
Some guacamole. Hold on, you don't mix Mexican with continental. I wish it was actually like that. If,
I know.
Like,
What's funny is I went in when I first started at this same particular restaurant, but I went in there thinking that it was going to be like that all the time. But I mean, you know.
Yeah.
Apparently, you know, the people that work at that particular restaurant that I worked at have more morals than Dane Cook and what's that other guy's name? Alex Winters? I don't know. He's the dude from Bill and Ted, the guy who pulls up his pubes.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Dude, you know who your doppelganger is?
Who?
Andy Milonakis.
He's right though.
Yeah, I hate it.
Yeah.
I'm a sexier Andy Milonakis. Well,
I would agree with that.
That's why Billy's doppelganger is every third dude on Grindr. So.
Just as I was taking a drink of this Schwartz beer. Sharks beer.
That was amazing.
Man, you're lucky I didn't spit that out all over your fucking microphone.
It's okay. It's already had a bunch of other alcohols on it. It probably. I wish you could wash microphones.
I felt a little moist.
I'd be fucking putting these in the fucking dishwasher if I could.
Don't put the bowls up top.
Wait, I'm pretty sure it says on the back here that they are dishwasher safe.
Oh shit! Fuck yeah, dude. But no, like going back to Waiting though, like every time we had a new person at my first Outback, I would always yell, "Welcome to the Thunderdome, bitch!" And I was told to stop.
You're gonna have to bleep that part out.
Fuck it.
The new server said beep. Billy and I are dancing around at like that particular restaurant, and just like, fuck it, Australia.
Good night, mate. If people have listened to previous episodes, they know who we're talking about.
Yeah, it's like when you continuously say my fiance, and then every now and again you'll just say, Becca.
Well, it's so fucking funny. I say my fiance to avoid name dropping her, but she's been on the fucking podcast, so it doesn't even make sense. And she's probably gonna be our fucking fill-in host if Jeff's still not feeling up to it. Next episode.
Jeff still has ED.
Yeah, erectile dysfunction.
Oh wait, hold on. Is that why he's not here?
Yeah,
he needs to.
He needs to have a boner in order to the podcast.
And if you're listening and you're feeling like
give
Jeff,
him a little bit of a FaceTime chat later on. Hey, Jeff, if you're listening to this, I'm gonna call you later.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get that ass up.
But if you're feeling like Jeff, go to BlueChew.com and use the promo code Jeff and Jared Save the World. I'm just kidding. No, this is not sponsored.
Wouldn't that be great though? If like Jeff didn't come in just so we could talk about our sponsor.
Oh, dude, that would be some shit we do. You know, we go fucking next level with everything.
Jeff's been here the whole time.
We pull him out from under the table.
What was he doing under the table? Billy.
Fondling me.
It's a little moist. A little moist
Both?
down there.
Moist.
Speaking of moist, I need to moist my mouth with a little bit of goose.
I got you, buddy.
Loosey goose.
Gotta get the loosey goosey.
Sponsored by Grey Goose.
All right. Moving on. I wanted to talk about this. I know we talked about like doing less talk segments, but I've been talking about it on the podcast for the last fucking 18 episodes. So finally have a conclusion to Jobgate 2020 for Jared. So it's actually an interesting story. So a recap for you. Well, I gave Jason a recap earlier. So
I was eating pot roast.
Yes, you were eating pot roast, and it was a good fucking pot roast.
Really good
Becca's
pot roast.
delicious pot roast.
We're gonna have to
is
bleep that
amazing.
out.
Hey, this is sponsored by Becca's pot roast.
Becca's pot roast.
Go to Becca'sPotRoast.com for your pot roast needs.
Please don't Google that.
For your pot roast needs.
That kind of sounded like
sometimes I eat it with ice cream.
But Jobgate 2020. So recap for everyone.
Water everywhere.
I know these fucking spill everyone. I hate it.
Was it a Brita?
Are you watering down your Grey Goose with water?
Yes, I am.
Pussy.
Yeah, that's a lot more water.
Squeak.
Squeak.
You know, I hope that noise comes up in the microphone.
It did.
Squeak.
It did. I could fucking hear it loud.
You know what, Billy? You should mix that noise into the song.
I was literally just thinking that, dude. I'm gonna have you be my assistant producer.
That'll be like the opening to a breakdown. Like, some people have like dogs barking or get the fuck up or whatever the fuck. It's just and then
it's a little bit of meter baiter.
That's gonna get funky.
Any hooser.
Yeah, any hooser. So, final summary update. Last time I'm going to talk about this shit on the podcast. Okay, so a couple weeks ago, I had a job. Didn't want that job. It was a bullshit thing I got roped into because I walked in expecting a regular job interview, but then all of a sudden I'm filling out tax paperwork for a job. I had no idea what it was, no idea what the pay was, no idea where it was. But he's like, yeah, just go ahead and fill that out. Sketchy as fuck. So I ended up calling that dude. It was like for some bullshit 16-hour job, like inspecting the same part every day and then just putting it on the conveyor belt. Is that good? Is that good? Da-da-da. I was like, I'll make more on unemployment than that. I'm not going to take that fucking job. Okay. And then I got another job that I was okay with. It was kind of a step down because I'm an engineer. It was a technician role, which is fine. It still would have been like in my
Hard
field.
times.
What?
Hard times.
Yeah. I mean, it would have been in my field, and they gave me a good offer for being a technician. But I wasn't quite sold, but I was still going to go. I was supposed to go last Monday. But I got a call on Thursday for another job I applied for. And they're like, hey, we want to interview you tomorrow. It's going to be a phone interview. And so I took that phone interview at 8:30 in the morning while I was not wearing pants and petting my cat. It was amazing.
It's a good thing it wasn't a Zoom call.
Love COVID.
I fucking love COVID. But it turns out like their interview process was they were only going to do one interview and they're going to like review like all these resumes and like it was going to go to the head of the fucking department and he was going to do a phone interview. I was that one person. I got lucky as fuck.
Yeah, you're kind of rolling in jobs.
I know, right? So, I wasn't going to take that job because I didn't want to fuck over this other company because I accepted it like 3 weeks ago. So, I was just waiting to start. But then the offer came in and I was like, that's too good to resist.
This is the part on the podcast where you name drop your fiance for real.
Yeah. Well, if she was here right now, Becca would be like, I told you so. I told you so.
I didn't mean like that, but cool. I was trying to score you some points, bro, and you ruined it.
Negative points.
I love... Me and my fiance have the best relationship because we're petty as fuck, and it's so funny. Like, I literally sent her, 4 Snapchats today while she was at work, because every night she watches an episode of CSI, drinks some tea, has a snack, and then she goes to bed. And she forgot to put her plate away. So I took a Snapchat, I said, hey, you're cute. So that was the second Snapchat. Third one. But... you left your fucking plate!
That is very petty.
I know, and then I left it for her to fucking clean up when she got home. But she refused to do it because she equals my level of pettiness.
But did you do the dishes after the pot roast?
I did. Well, no, I'm going to be doing the dishes after the pot roast. They're currently sitting in the fucking sink right now.
Promises.
Since I've been unemployed, I've been the one doing all the dishes.
That's fair.
It's annoying because when I wake up at 11 o'clock, I just want to fucking do homework. I don't want to do chores. I'm just kidding. Yeah. I'm just kidding. No, she's working. I should be the one doing chores. I'm being an asshole. But
man, you know what? I wish 3 of my ex-girlfriends would say that same thing.
But that is the point in the podcast where you don't name drop.
Very,
very true. I will not be petty. Yeah, that's gonna get an 8 out of 10 on the petty meter.
I was say if you named 1, that would be a 9. All 3, 10.
Last one, 11 out of 10.
But the reason why we talked about not doing full on boring segments like this, but the reason why I brought it up, it gets better. So I went for a drug screening yesterday.
Wait, a jug screening?
A jug. Yeah, they were checking my jugs.
I'd say about 38B? I was gonna say 36.
Wow,
but,
you've really
quarantine.
grown.
But, so I went to go get a drug test in the middle of fucking the ghetto in Coleraine. So I get there, I fill out my paperwork, I'm sitting there, there's a bit of a line, and I've been there for maybe half an hour. This lady gets up, and she starts yelling, "Man, when the fuck am I gonna get back there? I'm sick as fuck!" And then another patient said, "Shut the fuck up and sit down." And it was a female. And these two start fucking brawling in the fucking lobby of this urgent care. And I'm just there, like, saying, like, "I'm here for an engineer job trying to get my drug test." Like, I'm out of my water here. Like, I didn't pull my phone out to record because I didn't want to get my ass beat.
Yeah, but it's kind of the thing where, like, you know, you're kind of sitting there flipping through a magazine. You look up because, you know, you're an engineer. You're respectful and not petty at all, right? So
right.
You're just...
Right.
Right, and these dumb bitches are like, "It's urgent care. It's supposed to be urgent. Why the fuck am I not back here now?"
Apparently catching these
bullshit.
Apparently they got diagnosed with catching these hands.
How about that?
And then really, I mean, like, there's a certain point where you kind of got to be like, even if you were first, just like, you know, it's not very urgent for me. You guys can go ahead. You can act as tough as you want, but when two ladies are fighting it like that, I know you're gonna be like,
I'm gonna shrivel up like a little bitch.
You guys go ahead. You know, I'm just here for a drug test. I'm just, you know, playing solitaire on my phone.
Yeah, I mean, I was in a rush, but I mean, I know, like, once I got back there, I'd be back there for like 2 minutes.
You're unemployed. Why were you in a rush?
Because I had to go to the gym. Well, mainly, your wife and my wife, well, fiance, but
yeah,
they were going to the gym. They had a spin class at 6:15, and we were going to go to the gym together, and so I had to make it back in time for that.
Oh, so you were like about to throw hands too and be like, "Listen, I got a fucking date at the gym." Like,
I was still like a good hour and a half before that, but I mean, I did make it very last minute. But the reason why is my own dumbass fault. I went the wrong way on the highway and didn't realize it till about 3 miles later.
3 hours.
Yeah, no, 3 hours. I was in the middle.
I saw a sign for Columbus, and I was like, huh. This isn't the way home.
This isn't where my jug screening is at.
Yeah, no. At that point, they would definitely be like, "I don't care if you're not on drugs. You're on drugs." But yeah, so I made it very last minute. I just want to talk about that because that was that was interesting as fuck.
Did they end up throwing hands?
They did for like 15, 30 seconds. Like, it wasn't...
It was a pretty long time to throw hands, though. 30 seconds of that? Right?
No, it was a hood cat fight. They were throwing fucking fists, son. But, like, you know... I'm not going to say anything bad, but, like, you know, when you grow up in, like, those types of neighborhoods, you're kind of more accustomed to random fights breaking out, so you know more what to do about what you need to do than I did, because, you know, I grew up in bumfuck Kentucky. Mm-hmm. Just kidding, not bumfuck, but...
I mean, you're talking about Western Hills here, right?
Yeah, well, I mean...
Wonderful area.
Yeah, well, it was Coleraine, that's worse.
Oh, man, I grew up there.
I lived in Coleraine for 4 years, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yes.
Cool.
So all the other patients in the lobby, they knew how to react. They were pulling them apart like, "Hey, settle down. Settle down. We're all sick. We shouldn't be doing this."
Right.
So it de-escalated.
This is not social distancing.
Yeah, the cops didn't get called. They just sat there on their phones. They didn't say anything. One of the people in the fight was next anyways. So, you know...
You know what I wish would have happened though? Like they're sitting there in that 30 seconds, like, you know, throwing hands and shit, and then all of a sudden it's like, you know, Mrs. Johnson's like, "Oh, that's me." I run back, like,
yeah. Oh, thank you very much. I'm on my way.
Have a good day.
Bye, y'all.
They're like, "Wait, are you judging me on my gender?"
But you know, getting back into our segment here. Speaking of beatdowns. Let's watch one.
You should make it full screen before you do it live.
Sit down.
You usually have to
Sit down, Wilson. Sit down.
So it's a mannequin he's talking to, for anyone listening. Well, sit down.
Oh my god.
Oh, sit down properly.
This is the type of shit that makes me never want to go to New York.
It makes me want to go. Everyone's just...
Everyone's slowly getting up out of their seat.
I fucking hate this bitch. So she's going on a rant right now. She's like...
Have some! Why are you recording that?
She's like, why are you recording?
Because it's funny.
I've been drinking all day, Wilson, have some! I'm not fucking playing with you, Wilson! Have some! I'll fucking have some!
Oh my god!
Come on, if you're taking the subway, you gotta expect this shit. Act normal.
Man, his leg just popped the fuck off, too. Listen.
Dude, I thought it was, like, first time I watched it, like, I didn't pay much attention. I was, like, on my phone, like, half asleep. I thought it was a person he was fucking beating up. I was like,
Dude,
that's terrible.
The whole bus just parted like the Red Sea. Like, it literally just got split up like left side, right
He's
side.
carrying the leg.
Oh shit.
You know, I really think that says a lot about like humans in general and social interactions where people are just like, one person's recording and everyone else is kind of just like, I'm not fucking with this thing.
You know what? Either Master P or Mike Jones put him up to that. One of the two.
Good God.
Like, you know, last week on our Halloween episode that was trash, but we watched a video of a man stealing a mannequin. I think I found what actually ended up happening to that mannequin. It got fucking killed on a fucking assault case on New York.
Poor Wilson.
Poor Wilson. Tom Hanks looks different.
You know, Wilson looks a little different too.
Yeah. Last time I remember it was a volleyball. That didn't look like no damn volleyball. But like, the main thing I took away from this is fuck that bitch that comes up and like, why are you recording? This is the problem with this generation. Everyone got to record everything. You gotta document this shit for future generations.
And for Reddit.
Be like, next time you get on the train, you gotta make sure that there isn't a guy beating up a mannequin. Otherwise, you know.
How do we learn?
How do we learn from our mistakes?
Right.
Or was it a mistake? I mean, it seaned like he was genuinely getting pissed off by this guy.
Right.
Right.
Like his friend wasn't listening to him.
Right.
Right, exactly.
This all could have been avoided if Wilson would have just sat down and taken a fucking drink.
Right. All we had to do was have some.
I fucking love crazies. You know, you're right. I think I do want to visit New York because of this shit.
Yeah, right. I want to visit New York and go on the subway with a fucking GoPro. That way I can just always be ready for some crazy to happen.
Just on your chest, right in the middle, like you're a fucking police officer type shit, and body cam. you know, there's a homeless person fucking trying to jerk off a dog or something. You have it on film.
And then anything you say is also on film. You can be like, yeah, get it.
Red Rocket.
I thought that exact thing.
All right, let's take a break and then we can get into our world problem of the week.
Ooh.
All right, getting back into it. Like I said, world problem of the week. This week it is musicians.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, you know, but I'm not saying all musicians are bad. You know, some of them are pretty good, like the other members of your band. Or
Sam, he's nice.
Yeah, I was saying, yeah, Chris is a really cool dude. He actually, you know what? I meant to talk about this earlier. When you sign up for their Patreon, they send you a personalized song.
Did Sam send you your song?
Yes, he did, and I was uncomfortable.
I'm sure he would love to know that.
I was like, I have this 5 foot, I don't know, something man, like playing an acoustic guitar and serenading me right now on my phone. I don't know how I feel about it.
Right, your penis can only get so erect.
I'm just like, I was in a public place. I couldn't get erect right then. I was wearing basketball shorts, which always shows the chub.
Oh man, perfect.
But
Was
you
it
know,
during your jug test?
yes, it was. Actually, no, this was like 2 weeks ago, like a week after I signed up. I don't know, your Patreon's only been out for like 3 or 4 weeks. So, like, it was right after that.
I'm really jealous that you got a personalized video. Sam never does that for me.
You should sign up under a different email.
You know what's funny? Actually, I have signed up for our own Patreon. So I give $5 a month, more than I already give to the band, to our own Patreon, just to be a member.
But he didn't send you one?
Yeah, that's bullshit.
You should have been like, my name's Billy Smith.
No, it's Zilly Wimpelman. But like I was saying, not all music. Yeah, have you met Felipe?
Cheers, mate.
God, cheers that tip. But
Gigantic tip.
you know, there's musicians like R. Kelly, Chris Brown, Florida Georgia Line. You still haven't responded to us, you bitch. we laid out a challenge for a cage match against Florida Georgia Line. They never responded.
Also, you tweet about Trapped a lot. Trapped is another big one that you hate.
Yeah, I hate them. I mean, I just think the guy's a chode. I don't even care about politics at this point. He's just a chode.
Oh, you know, he does it on purpose to get a rise out of people, too.
Oh,
I mean, he might actually believe what he believes in, but I definitely think he exacerbates so many things.
Like on social media.
Yeah,
like we talked about before.
Yes,
yeah.
exactly. Yeah. You know,
I guess what chaps my ass is more like people who have separate lives on social media more than fake feminists.
You know, he definitely he learns from the best, Donald Trump, on how to use a Twitter.
Yes. I will say I hate Trump, but I mean, fuck off. It's my podcast. I don't disagree with everything he says, but I hate the guy personally. But like,
I'm with you there.
Yeah. But like that man's Twitter game. He knows how to get his supporters rock fucking hard.
Oh yeah, dude.
Agreed.
It's like, you know, when I look at all the string of tweets, I'm kind of just like, dude, like what the fuck is he like on meds or you know like why is he like so unhinged? And other people they're just like, oh fuck yeah.
Yeah, he knows what his supporters like.
Dude, it's insane. You got to know your base.
Yeah, that's why he became famous.
Right.
There's a reason. It's not by accident. He's a smart dude. When people say he's an idiot, I'm like, no, he's actually smart. He just plays a character.
See, first of all,
Yeah.
I gotta disagree just because I refuse to believe that he's smart. Just because I can't. Otherwise, my faith in humanity will break.
Yeah.
But on a totally unrelated, semi-related note, that's how I feel about Miley Cyrus. Speaking of musicians.
Yeah, fair
like
enough.
when Miley Cyrus did that whole thing at the what was that like the VMAs,
right?
When she twerked and like had like that weird new haircut and like was like humping everything in sight,
right?
My first thought was like, wow, Miley Cyrus is a fucking genius. Like
right.
It wasn't like, wow, she's really crazy or whatever. It was like she knows exactly how to get attention.
Yep.
And she got so much attention from that. So many people were like, you know, talking about it the next day and. Then, like, when you actually listen to her music, I don't give a fuck what you guys say. I like Miley Cyrus.
No, she's a great singer. She's
she
an
really
actually talented
She makes good
singer.
music.
Listen to Cannonball and tell me that's not a great song.
Wrecking Ball?
What did I say?
Cannonball.
Yeah. Grace likes, my wife likes another song called Cannonball. But yeah, like, if you listen to Wrecking Ball, you're kind of just like, holy shit. Like, if you didn't know it was Miley Cyrus, like, if someone said, I hate Miley Cyrus, and they'd never listened to it, and you played that song, they'd probably be like, oh, damn, this is a pretty decent song.
And see, not only is it a good song, but that music video is iconic.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I've probably made Wrecking Ball references like 3 fucking times. Like, we showed a video of like a 5'0" Asian woman hanging from a dude's balls. like on a fucking swing. And I'm like, yeah, hey, look, the Wrecking Ball looks a lot different in 2020. I make those references today. And that says something if I'm still talking about your fucking music video 7 years later.
Wow,
yeah,
exactly
no matter what kind of, you know, mood or whatever it's about, it's being talked about, and that's basically the point of a lot of these big famous people. Is that they're you know, they're willing to say and do whatever it takes to get attention, which can be good and bad.
Right.
Well, it's like the same thing with like Lady Gaga, like, you know, wearing a fucking jacket made of nachos or something. You know?
Yeah.
Like, whatever.
Like, yeah, basically a tuxedo of dildos. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But like, I mean, a lot of these really famous people with crazy fucking thoughts and shit, like they say this stuff, is the result of like fucking really talented people with massive egos that go unchecked.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to take a deep dive into one example here, and that is Mr. Reginald Kellersworth, a.k.a. R. Kelly.
That
was the first time I ever discovered what his name was.
I believe so. I haven't gone on his Wikipedia page, but I refuse to believe anything less.
So you're telling us you're making it up?
Yes, I admit. I pulled that out of my ass. What we have here is a couple clips from his concert, and I'm very...
Listen, before you play the clips, have you ever seen the Aziz Ansari thing where,
Yes.
where he's talking about R. Kelly? He's
Yes.
talking about R. Kelly's the greatest concert show like he's ever been to or whatever, just because like in the middle of the concert it just plays like a video on screen of like his homies playing basketball. And then comes back and doesn't explain it and just starts singing again. Like.
And then, well, what we're about to see is he takes breaks in the middle of it. He'll like interact with the crowd, and he's still singing. Like this first one.
Oh yeah, because he sings to talk, right?
Right. this first one is him getting groped by his fans and making it into a song.
Oh, Jesus. Billy, you should do it. Did he say wipe my tongue?
Yes, he said wipe my tongue.
Yep, and there goes the groping. Yep, right on the balls. Oh, and he's pelvic thrusting.
Is the band playing in the background?
I think so.
That's fucking awesome. Wow.
There's got to be someone in the band's kind of just like, damn, dude, I think they're getting paid for this shit.
Look at his face.
Oh, and he pretended to come. Nice finish.
I took that as he like actually got really pissed off because it looked like someone grabbed him like actually by the balls, and he's like, "No, don't do that. You don't get to do that." Because
No.
he likes to take control of people, and you know.
It goes back to that ego.
Right. Now going back to our next thing about Reginald Kellersworth is, you know, he liked to recruit people to like groom them and keep them in his house.
I kind of wish you'd picked a different R. Kelly type name every time. This other thing about Roger Kellenmine.
Okay, yeah, going back to Reggie Ketamine. Here's we've showed this video on our first episode of the podcast. He went to Ethiopia and he tried to recruit people to like follow him back to America so he could groom them.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's like Bono.
Yeah, right?
Wait, there's a video of this?
Yes, it's a video of a concert in fucking Ethiopia, and here's what it...
Fuck.
Ethiopia is the birthplace of humanity.
Oh, Happy New Year live, too. What the fuck?
It's New Year in fucking Ethiopia.
Girl, would you like to come back with Rob to America?
Rob, that's his name.
America. Do you have your passport? Did you get your shots? Girl, would you like to come back with Rob to America? America.
There's someone singing backup vocals. This was planned. Someone is in the back going, America.
This shit slaps for real, though.
You know, what I love about R. Kelly, and I don't really love much about him because he's a rapist and all that shit. But, like, he strikes me as the kind of person who, like, refers to himself as Rob, but makes everyone else call him R. Kelly.
Right.
Yeah, no, I appreciate... I can separate the fucking man from the art because, you know, Reynold freaking Kellingsworth... he can fucking sing his dick off and make a song about anything.
Yeah.
And that song fucking just... That slapped.
Can you send me a link to that so we could, like, cover that song?
That would be perfect for your fucking Patreon.
Yeah,
Would you be the backup vocals
Welcome
going?
to America.
America. America.
Dude, that should go. Yeah, dude, that'll be heavy as fuck.
Oh my
dude.
fucking god. Like, you have Sam doing fucking scream vocals and you're in the background doing like a fucking America. Yeah.
Do you have your passport?
Did you get your shots?
That reminds me of the stupid Metalocalypse thing, where it's like, do you folks like coffee?
Get some. No.
Or the one about the birthday party? RSVP, please. Which is a little redundant. RSVP is Respondez-vous, s'il vous plaît, which is respond, please.
Please.
RSVP, please is respond, please.
That's fucking amazing.
Anyway, enough of French language.
Yeah. But not only is it like famous musicians that are the problem, It's fucking aspiring musicians like these fucking shows I'm about to see.
Are you about to play a video of Softspoken?
Softspoken? No, I actually enjoy their music as much shit as I talk. Love you, buddy.
My heart was pounding out of my chest. I'm like, what video you're about to pull up?
Now here's sleight of hand.
You're about to pull up my OnlyFans.
It's gonna be like a deep web video.
Oh shit.
Let me tell you a little something about
What the fuck is going on here?
Oh yeah, Warhack, yeah.
I come from a very, very long line of hammer towns. And you know, my mom always told me, you never want to be the nail. Never that. You want to be the fucking hammer. The hammer. Because once you become the hammer,
I can never tell these guys are like serious or they're joking around.
Do you think they bought all those hammers, or do you think they got them from all their houses?
Yeah,
I mean, there's
each one of their dads is definitely some kind of like fucking Tim the Toolman Taylor or something. Perfectly nice TV.
He just had a stroke in the back.
Was that it?
Yeah, that was it.
Was that the song?
Oh,
Yes.
they do have some freestyle stuff on there too.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
how.
want to see it.
I don't know if that was like actually like slam poetry, like a dramatic, or it was a wrestling promo, or a dramatic reenactment of their grandfathers having a stroke.
I think it was an advertisement for HGH.
Or if it was like a fucking super PAC goes to the meeting of the Juggalos.
Right, like the Gathering Rejects.
Yeah, I really couldn't tell what that was, but it seemed like, I mean, I've had other videos of these chodes on here, and they freestyle rap all the time, so I kind of figured that was like a fucking slow, like, almost like little Peep-esque, like, slow rap, you know?
Right, like it's kind of good, but at the same time it's so shitty, and that's kind of why it's good, but no,
Yeah.
this is just
You know
like...
what that slow talking thing reminds me of Zoolander.
Yeah.
The part where he's in that mermaid commercial. He's like, water is the essence of beauty, and beauty is the essence of wetness, or whatever. You know, like just some nonsensical shit.
But it's like, you know what, you're kind of right, though.
You're just like, I agree. Like,
maybe, but so that was basically my shitty argument for saying why musicians are bad and like making fun of people just like having fun making videos.
yeah, I
Because,
really
like,
feel like you shouldn't be a musician unless you're a twink with glasses and kind of blonde hair.
Ultimate qualifications.
Yeah. And if I couldn't stick my tiny penis through your ear holes.
Whoa. Billy's getting red.
Look now, these are gold, okay? You are not worthy only of the gold restrooms. Only of the gold toilettes.
Damn, you got me back. I was drinking.
Sorry, I had to pull out the foreshadowing. Don't make me pull out my foreskin.
Oh. Now we go back to schmegma.
It all comes back around, my friends.
You know, I was talking to Jeff earlier. The first time and only time I've ever made him fucking puke on the podcast was a schmegma joke. And I said, well, hey, buddy, since you're not going to be here today, I'm making a schmegma joke. He's
Speaking of Becca's sister, I love you.
Yeah. Well, her name is Meg, and that's why we called it that, not because she's ball cheese.
But, in that case here, I'm going to make up for it. She makes some very, 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 very beautiful glass bottles. That, however you want them decorated, she will make them that way. And she's got some beautiful Halloween decorated bottles right now. Was Mebby?
Is this another sponsorship?
Yes,
Yeah.
this has got to be a sponsorship.
And say this is a free sponsorship. Fuck that.
It hasn't happened yet, but it will happen right now. I will be the sponsorer.
You know,
Mebby Boutique.
$50.
Actually, you know what? I'll give her a pass because she did give me a calendar where it's all awkward family photos. So that'll be an exchange for that present for Christmas. And I have a little screaming goat thing where you press it and it just screams.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah. Yeah, she knows.
I want that.
Yeah, it was fucking dope.
That is kind of
All I got was Clock Radio.
But yeah. Yeah, so, musicians are alright. I just wanted to do something along the theme with Billy. I really kind of want to get rid of this segment because I don't know how to effectively do it.
I mean, there's a ton of people who are getting canceled
World
culture.
problem of the week, you know?
No, I like the world problem of the week.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think you should keep it around because it's also just kind of like, it's not necessarily, hey, we're going to solve the problem, but it's kind of, let's just talk about it.
Yeah.
And you're right, there are musicians that need to be put in their place, but at the same time, it's like, they're great ones.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, he's put in his place. He's in fucking jail right now. Going back to fucking Ryan, fucking K-pop.
I was wondering what you were going to pull out of your ass there.
I had to re-rack the fucking neurons there.
You know what's really sad though? Have you heard about Tyler Carter from Issues?
No, what?
Oh, he definitely had some allegations against him for having weird conversations with young boys.
Wow.
Ooh.
And he admitted to all of the allegations that were presented. So he's out of the band Issues.
I knew he was
permanently.
out.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, so it's like
Didn't the guy from what the fuck? Is that Escape the Fate? Didn't he go to prison for murder?
No, that's a myth.
Ronnie Radke.
That's a myth.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, I don't know exactly what the case, but
he did go to jail for some period of time.
But it wasn't for murder?
Yeah,
No.
Here I don't know what exactly it was, but I'm
murder.
gonna plug one of my favorite YouTubers. If you go to Punk Rock NBA, he does a full video on that.
He's a beast.
Yeah,
He's a beast.
I fucking love his videos, dude. And he's kind of the inspiration for me starting a podcast because.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I mean, he's like
shameless plug.
I fucking love the dude. He's like, if you really want to go out and make a creative project, just go fucking do it. If no one watches, then fucking keep working on it, and it will happen. I mean, he's like, I had a YouTube channel for 2 years where only 10 people would watch, and then now I have 200,000 subscribers. So fucking do it.
And he's talking to really big artists too.
Yeah.
And he's so cultured about the music scene, and it's not just subjective to rock or metal or anything.
Right.
He knows about a ton of shit.
Dude.
It kind of sounds
Ghostmane. Ghostmane is probably my favorite rapper nowadays because of him.
Mm-hmm.
Have you listened to any of that stuff?
I have not.
Dude, it's so fucking good. It's just weird because you don't know what you're gonna get in a song with Ghostmane. He's either gonna be fucking rapping his ass off fast as fuck type shit, or he's gonna be screaming with a fucking full ass band. It's incredible.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking dope. So yeah, that's 3 shameless plugs. Fuck,
Maybe you should have a shameless plug section.
Right. But
so what I was saying, as far as not all of them are bad or whatever. You've got dudes what's the guy's name? The YouTuber?
Finn McKenty.
Yeah.
The one we were talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. But is that his YouTube channel?
Yeah. Well, no, it's Punk Rock NBA. He does a full fucking video on Ronnie Radke and goes in depth on his whole life. He talks about the allegations.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I've talked about or watched it, but you can't deny that Falling in Reverse and Escape the Fate that shit's catchy as fuck.
Oh yeah, it slaps.
Yeah, he writes all of that.
Yeah,
himself. That's one of the main things I took away. So Ronnie Radke's a super talented dude, and apparently he did not go to court or he did not go to jail for murder. It was a parole violation or something that, where he was involved in an altercation where someone died, but he didn't kill him. So I don't know exactly the details. I could be butchering it. But
I also think that sorry, I keep forgetting the name.
Yeah.
Punk Rock
NBA.
NBA?
MBA, Masters of Business Administration.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
Cool. So I feel you really don't need to worry about it this week because it kind of sounds like he's already saving the world when it comes to musicians.
Pretty much. I mean, well, yeah, alternative scene, fucking hardcore, fucking metalcore type shit.
Yeah, but
yeah.
a little bit at a time.
Yeah.
But you got to focus on country.
No,
you can't save them.
No, we've already gotten it fucking in debt. We've been in fucking country music's ass since day one.
I know.
Florida Georgia Line. Fuck you. All right, moving on. I want to talk about our Halloween episode. So, if you guys listen to that, I'm very sorry. What's going on?
Nothing. I just wanted to zoom in.
I'm very sorry about having to fucking listen to that podcast because it was absolute garbage because we were wasted. The intention was not to get drunk before the podcast. The intention was to progressively get more drunk as it went, but a person named Patricia didn't let that happen.
Patricia.
So before the podcast,
That's my wife's alter ego when she gets wasted.
Yeah. So before
On a certain type of liquor, though, is it Jägermeister?
It's vodka.
Yeah. Here's this, or here's what happened before the podcast.
What had happened was.
She asked me. She's like, "Do you want me to make you a drink?" I'm like, "Sure, fine, go ahead. I appreciate the offer." And what she does is she pours 2 shots of Jameson, 2 shots of tequila, 1 shot of Jägermeister, ginger ale, and orange juice, and then puts grenadine on top of it.
Yeah, she was kind of like, like when you see a little kid playing with like a plastic kitchen kind of thing, and it's like, oh, here's salmon on this hamburger with spaghetti, pretty much what she did with alcohol.
Right.
And honestly, I've never been more proud and disappointed at the same time of her. Honestly. It's a little bit of both.
Yeah.
Because it's like, for one, that's a horrible drink, but it's also like, Jared still drank it, so.
I did. It was very slow. But I was really fucked up after that. Jeff was really fucked up, probably right before we even started, really. So, when I'm drunk, I still try to make jokes. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I tried. But when Jeff's drunk, he wants to just go to bed.
Jeff is the epitome of incoherent when he's drunk.
Yes.
Well, that's what happens when you have extreme ED.
Yeah. BlueChew.com/Jeff and Jared Sees the World.
Please get well soon, Jeffrey.
Yes. Your wife tried to make us die.
She's a big fan of alcohol poisoning.
Yes, she is.
Is she? What are they doing? Are they?
I don't know.
I think they're over there getting alcohol poisoning right now as we speak.
Are they lesing out?
Are you guys lesing out? Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello?
Well, damn. We're missing it.
Goddamn incestuous lesbians. They're plaguing this country.
Damn you, non-X-ray walls.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
But yeah, so no more drunk podcasts.
Yeah, no more drunk podcasts. We're going to still drink during the podcast, no matter.
Only tipsy podcasts.
Yes, only because you got to get a little bit of alcohol to
Speaking of which.
Oh, yeah.
Cheers, everyone.
Cheers.
Cheers.
You gotta get a little loosened up, It's a comedy podcast. We're supposed to have fun. We're not gonna be sitting here all fucking angry and stuff. And have a drink or two, loosen up.
So have you listened to last week's podcast, all the way through?
I mean, I did while editing.
Start to finish. Have you?
I mean, I kind of use editing as my opportunity to start to finish listen to it, and I kind of.
What did you cut out? An hour?
I didn't cut out any of it.
Jeff sat there blowing bubbles for an hour and 20 minutes.
I will say the hardest I laughed was at the end when he was really fucking hammered.
Oh my god, you told me this.
Yeah, I laughed so fucking hard because I think I was telling a story, which I'm going to tell you guys what it was about. So when I was 11 years old, I went trick or treating in blackface. But I didn't know what blackface was.
Oh shit!
God damn you, Kentucky!
I went trick or treating as Chad Ochocinco.
Which I don't think there's anything offensive about that.
I'm just my favorite football player.
Right.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. No. So I had they used to sell his mohawks.
Right.
Yeah. Right. So I had the mohawk. I painted my face to match the mohawk, and then fucking got some aluminum foil, put it around my mouth.
For a grill.
Yes. So I went blackface kind of, but I mean I was playing my favorite football player. But I didn't know what it was. But in the middle of me telling the story, he interrupts me. He's like, "Do you smell that?" I'm like, "No. What am I supposed to be smelling right now?" He's like, "I just farted and it was really silent." I was like, "Oh, now I do. That's disgusting." He's like, "I had pizza."
Can we make a meme out of that, please?
You just cut off the podcast right there.
Yeah. I had pizza is gonna be in this fucking sample that I sent you.
It's like one of those static interruptions. We're sorry to interrupt this broadcast. Please stay tuned.
I had pizza.
So yeah. Thank you for anyone who actually made it to past 5 minutes of that episode.
Thank you, Patricia.
Yeah, thank you, Patricia. Due to time constraints, I'm gonna save this segment for next time. But yeah, let's get to our next clip here. You guys want to see what rock bottom looks like? Because it's this.
Ooh, it's another cringe-topia.
Wait, is it that side or that little town outside of Bikini Bottom?
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
The one that's
Sorry,
like
I can't understand your
accent.
So we're in a public library, and this man is sitting there taking pictures of women in lingerie and bikinis on his fucking flip phone, and he gets caught.
I really love his reaction.
Right, like he
like-
doesn't try to exit out super quick. He's like, yeah, I know.
Yeah, he kind of gives like that white people face, like the
Yeah,
then raises his eyebrows, like, "How you doing?" What is it? What is like a common like white guy phrase? I feel like you hear it like dads at the barbecue.
Lovely weather we're having today.
He's just like, that's just how the cookie crumbles.
Right.
I mean, I guess I can't really blame the guy because when you're not legally allowed to own a laptop, I'm sure this is what you gotta fucking go to.
Is he allowed in that? I mean, if there are children around, is he allowed in that library?
As long as it's not attached to a school, I think he's okay.
He was only one day away from being on the Predator map. And you fucking soiled it. Now you're on there for the rest of your life, buddy.
But like you guys were saying, his reaction was like a little smile. Like, I kind of took that as him saying like, "Hey, you're the asshole for interrupting me." I don't know.
Can I help you?
It's like, hey,
excuse me?
Can I please get back to taking pictures of fucking half-naked women on my flip phone?
I don't know, fully naked. Like, literally in lingerie.
Right, like, what was that, like a Motorola?
Yes, it was a fucking Motorola. Fucking Nokia type shit.
You know what, though? Looking at, like, the appearance of that guy in general, who also, I will say, had really, like, on-fleek eyebrows, first of all. That's the first thing I noticed. When he raised his eyebrows, I was kind of like, damn, dude, he must get those done. Because everything else was a mess.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, it kind of makes me wonder, is that dude, like, catfishing people? And, like, that's how he takes his pictures? He's going on his Motorola on the computer.
He has to go home and fucking enter in his browser. Fucking Tinder.
Tinder on his browser.
Because, I mean...
If dude had a name, what would it even be?
Oh, that is... Definitely.
What is he?
That is definitely a Thomas.
I didn't know if you meant like a name or like a username. Like,
oh no!
Put his face on the train, like.
Every time fucking
Thomas come to ram your computer with his Motorola.
Yeah, every time he's struggling forward, it's just the fucking eyebrow.
All right, listen. I didn't think I was gonna do this, but can we please watch it again? I need to see his face again.
Yes, I'm totally down.
He's just trying to see his eyebrows again.
Listen,
he's trying to take.
Tell me they're not on fleek.
Right, I'm gonna look this time because I did not notice that.
Yeah, like look at it and be like, "Damn, dude, that's like the only part of him he cares about."
Right. Apparently, male pattern baldness does not affect the eyebrows.
Is there a sound for it?
No, that is the sound.
Okay.
Is this Hamilton County?
See, he's catfishing. And then he gets caught.
He's like, oh shit.
Yeah, he definitely looks like he was he's a retired high school teacher.
Oh god, he got fired for this shit.
Oh yeah, he was actually supposed to be doing his lesson plan there.
But I mean, like literally, he raises his eyebrows and goes just like, alright, well.
Sorry, buddy.
Move along. It's almost an apology. You're right. It's almost just like a... Sorry.
Yeah, he's gonna go back to checking his fucking email.
He's like, I know you're gonna take my library card for the 5th time already.
You know what helps this guy get off? BlueChew.com/Jeff Save the World.
No, dude, I think he's okay. I don't think he has ED.
You're right. But the thing I thought about when I first watched this, I was shocked that he still had a flip phone. Mm-hmm. That was the first thing that was jarring to me.
Well, I don't know, like a lot of my uncle has a flip phone and he works in AC and needs it for that,
okay.
So, or construction, like my buddy had one for the longest time because he was in construction.
Yeah.
And they need those heavy duty ones that aren't going to break, so that isn't surprising to me personally.
Right.
But continue.
Yeah, because no matter what, if you have to take pictures for your boss, your unfinished project's going to look like shit. And that's basically all of Cincinnati.
The jarring thing is not the fact that he has the flip phone. After I thought about it, because I know a lot of older people who have flip phones. It's the fact that he's jerking it, or he's taking those pictures to jerk it later. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Or catfish.
Yeah, or catfish. But he's taking those pictures that jerk it to women in swimsuits. When nowadays you can just get on the fucking hub and find a woman farting in another dude's face.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's a million and one options out there. Why do you even need to do that?
But like, it's almost like I wonder if that like vanilla being a fetish. If someone's just like, oh man, normal porn, yeah, like not doing anything, that's hot, like,
Right.
There's a whole fetish for it, just like standing there. It's that right there, that picture is what like an 11-year-old would Google, like.
Right.
Right, but this man's like at least like 60.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
At least, yeah.
A little bit of Hulk Hogan hair, like.
Right.
Where are the allegations on him? I mean, you're gonna bring up Tyler Carter, but where are the allegations on this guy?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, this guy just looks like you said, Hulk Hogan, but if he didn't do steroids and he didn't say the N-word.
True.
Right, if it didn't look like it was fucking like Bill Nye the Science Guy's reject brother.
He kind of looks like Bill Nye and Hulk Hogan had a baby.
Bill Nye the pedophile guy. Go, Bill, 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 Bill,
Speaking of bad musicians, guys. Actually, the drum beat was pretty good.
I was saying, it was my voice that ruined it.
Sorry, guys, it wasn't my best work.
Well,
I'll go practice at home.
But yeah. Yeah, no. Anyone got anything else?
Man, I don't know. We covered a lot of shit.
Yeah,
We did. We usually do in these podcasts.
You covered a lot of shit literally earlier.
Yeah, I told so many stories of me taking shits earlier.
Honestly, the thing that we talked about the longest was probably his public bathroom. All of his experiences.
So if you get reviews on Amazon later that says, man, season 2 so far is just absolute shit,
It's probably a good thing.
it means you're doing something right.
Honestly, it's kind of funny. We're not on Amazon Podcast because I didn't know that was a thing until like 2 days ago. Before this premieres, I'm getting us on there. So it's like we have new platforms.
Ooh, so meta.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, you got to start at the bottom and then be like, oh, now in season 2, Amazon podcasts.
Right. Well, I want this next season to be what more people watch. The first season was really just us trying to learn the ropes of how to fucking do this shit. And
like we were talking about when we were on a break, like the first couple episodes, you're kind of like, all right, like they're kind of just getting their footing in, and like there's not much structure. But then, like when you get to like episode 5, which is obviously Empire Strikes Back.
yes.
Yeah. So when you get to episode 5, you're kind of just like, all right, they're hitting their stride, and you can really tell a difference. So
Right.
Season 2 is going to be a lot better.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, thank you, Jason, for filling in for Jeff. I appreciate it.
Of course.
I do want my heterosexual life made back, but you're a perfect fill-in.
Yeah. I mean, I never really have a problem with ED, so.
Well, hopefully he gets that ED under wrap, and we can have him back, and he can be hard. Even though on the second episode we talked about being limped up and shrimped up.
And we're all carrying this table with our boners right now. So.
Yes. There's no legs on this table.
Yes.
That's the fucking miracle.
That's like the third time in this podcast that I hope my in-laws never, ever hear this.
Actually, your wife was telling me about that. Didn't they say they wanted to listen to it?
Oh, yeah.
And you're like, no, don't do it.
Oh, actually, the files were deleted forever.
You know what's sad is you've listened to a couple of my podcasts. I know you've listened to some. My dad listens to all of it. Every single one from beginning to end.
That's kind of cute, though.
It is kind of
Give
cute.
her a little applause for
Mr.
Jared's
Harris.
dad.
Yeah, very nice.
It is, but it's also terrifying because I say some fucked up shit about my life.
But you know what, though? Maybe he just wants to get to know you better. Maybe it's kind of just like a, huh.
Yeah, it's a really...
And also, maybe your dad is as fucked up as you are.
Oh, dude. My humor came from him, really. And guess what? He's our next guest.
Oh, so season 2 starts getting juicy.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be just me and either Jeff or a guest host with the next episode. So, we're doing bi-weekly. We're going to do one guest episode, one regular episode, guest episode. Yeah.
I think the next guest host is Stout, right?
Yes.
Or Guinness.
Yeah, we're going to have my cats be the guest host. We're going to fill in. But yeah, so I talked to my dad. He asked me to be on the podcast, and I was like, at first I was like, no. But then I thought, I want to make this motherfucker cry. But, you know, where...
You know what? When you eventually release the podcast, especially if you do make him cry, you got to give the episode like a badass title, like "The Tears of the Father."
Billy, I will pay you $10,000 if you name a song "The Tears of Your Father" or "Tears of the Father."
With the tears of your father.
That was like Phil Collins meets Creed there, Billy.
Actually, Hinder, but close.
Actually, I will pay to have you guys record that song if you name a song called "Tears of the Father."
You know,
don't worry,
listen,
it's gonna be in the works.
Listen, you are absolutely the kind of person. I remember when we worked at that restaurant that we won't name, even though it's an Australian restaurant. That's some sort of steakhouse. But I remember you once going off on someone saying, "You motherfuckers, I'm gonna make $50 an hour within 6 months. I don't care about any of you." But now you're sitting here, you know, I'll pay you $10,000. You don't need to rub it into me and Billy, all right? That you're, you know, making all this money. Mr. Big Shot paying $10,000 just to write a song.
That will have to be in installments. I don't have $10,000 to my name.
Yeah, absolutely. And also, you're getting married soon. You can't make that kind of financial commitment without your wife's permission.
Yeah, she's gonna have to get in on this. You're gonna have to break it to her here.
Yeah,
soon.
and also she might just be like, maybe we could do $2,000 pay Billy, and Billy's probably still gonna be like, dude,
well,
fucking.
See, I said 10.
You know what? I just raised my rates.
Yeah, I said 10,000 at first, but I changed it to record the song. I know that would probably be like a couple $100. Because if you're doing your own self-production, that'll be free, wouldn't it?
You know what? I'll accept 2 turntables and a microphone.
Ooh,
Fuck yeah!
Where it's at.
But yeah,
but here I gotta drop something for you real quick. Look for The Tears of a Father on Softspoken Patreon. It's patreon.com/softspokenmusic. You will hear The Tears of a Father here in about 2 weeks.
Are you fucking serious?
He's literally gonna get in contact with your dad and just say, "Hey, sob as much as you can," and it's gonna be that with a guitar riff in the background.
I know you guys are like releasing like actual like songs on there.
I mean, you might have
the
to
only one in this room not laughing. It's kind of just like, no, dude, sweet song title.
Yeah, right. Like you might have to send me samples of your dad crying.
Which is a sentence you never thought you'd have to say before.
No, like first time ever. But then, you know, there's a first time for everything, and this is the first episode of season 2, so it's starting right here, right now. Let's make it juicy.
Yeah.
Let's make it fucking everything that it needs to be.
Right.
That makes me wonder if anyone has ever said that sentence before, Billy. You might be the first in the world. I need you to send me samples of your father crying.
Don't butter me up, man. I'm gonna take that one home with me tonight.
Yeah.
No one has ever said this sentence before.
But yeah, the point I was actually trying to make, I think, before we got off of the stand.
Kind of roundabout way of saying it.
Yeah. The point I was trying to make is, I do get my sense of humor from my father. Instead of watching Disney movies growing up and all that type of shit like you and your family did, my dad fucking had me watch fucking Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy,
I watched George Carlin a lot with my dad.
Yeah. Well, I was watching that shit at 8. So, like, my dad, like, had me grow up on comedy, so kind of, I guess he's kind of the reason for this podcast, too.
Him and Punk MBA.
Yeah, Punk Rock MBA. Yeah, my 2 daddies.
I thought I was your daddy.
Dad? Well, you know, I have
I'm
3
your beer
daddies.
daddy.
Yeah.
I'm your beer daddy.
Exactly.
Here, drink, bitch.
Oh, thanks, bud.
Delicious.
Well, that was great. But thank you, Jason, for filling in. I couldn't ask for a better, like, fill-in.
Yeah, thanks, man. Happy to do it.
Billy, thank you for coming in. I appreciate you with your
Thank
busy
you for having me on.
Your busy ass schedule. You're
Busy twink ass.
Yeah, you busy fucking. You're busy filling out like 5,000 grinder profiles.
every third.
You know, see, when I mentioned earlier that Nick Cias was over, I was actually working on his grinder profile for him.
You know, he's kind of a twink too. But
yeah, he is a twink. He's got a little bit of beer gut though.
Yeah, what is slightly beefier than a twink? An otter?
I don't know. You're the only one.
All right.
But seriously, thank you so much for coming on. As much as I shit on your band, it's one of my favorite fucking bands of all time. So,
Thank you.
And Jared's the kind of person who will compliment something by talking shit about it.
Oh yeah, I mean totally. If
like you did with fucking Mad Tree, you asshole.
Okay, I didn't want to tell you about this. So like when he came on, you know, he works at Westside. So I started going on this big spiel about how much I love this certain business that's in Cincinnati. It's a brewery, this, that, and embodies the hardworking spirit of the city.
And I was like cheesing at this point, like so happy, like, oh, look at this honorable
like,
mention.
what else has he got up his sleeve?
And then I had a 6-pack of Mad Tree hiding under the table, and I pulled it out last minute. So I was like, so here's to you, Mad Tree. And him and Jeff both go, what the fuck?
Man, talk about having ED after that. Like.
Oh, shit.
Oh, boy.
Well, this has been Jeff and Jared Save the World, but this... I guess actually, no, it's been 2 Bears, 1 Twink.
Is that the name of this episode?
Yes, it is. It's been 2 Bears, 1 Twink. Join us next week when we beat kids up and steal their Halloween candy.
Per usual.
Yes.